Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I am so happy to have you here. Y'all, I have just been busy working and things like that, but I hope you guys had a very happy Easter. Okay, a blessed Easter. Okay, if that's what you do, because some people, you gotta just keep it in reality. Some people don't celebrate, some people do. Everybody has their reasons. But just I hope that you had a blessed day yesterday. And over the weekend, you guys, I was working at my worldly job. That's what I call it, my worldly job, because it's of the world. I deal with so many different people and so many different energies that's just what it is to me. And one thing I was noticing about certain environments, I study everything around me and I see everything around me. And when I mean see, I mean see. Okay, so um, some people I just really don't understand. And sometimes, as they say, your gift is a curse, but the biggest blessing ever. I see through things, and it's like when people are really trying to justify their side of it and and how they're looking at it, I'm seeing it on a deeper level. Okay, excuse me. I'm seeing it on a deeper level. Actions always speak louder than words, and what I see is not matching up with your words. But the thing is, people don't realize, and you can feel like this too if you're like me. You see that person, the outer shell, okay, whatever. But I'm seeing what is the depth of your character, your soul, your essence, your being, what your motive is. Okay? So all that trying to say, oh, this and that, and I have to do it like this, or I have to be like this. No, you don't. Make it make sense. Have humility. Okay? So the person that I am, and this sounds crazy. Some people are like, why are you like that? And I know they're wondering in their mind. I don't deal with a whole bunch of people at all. I barely deal with people, period. But it's not because of I'm just, thinking I'm all that. No, 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 no. I have to be careful with who I associate with, who I bring into my space, who I have around me. Because you're not going to drain my energy. You're not going to use me against me. Okay? That's a deadly weapon. But there's no way that you can. But people that do me wrong, or they have like those bad intentions, I do good for them. Okay, just listen to me now. So it's like if I'm ever in a situation where somebody's done me wrong or overlooked me or tried to put me in the space of where nobody likes me. Nobody, oh, why am I always left out? Let me tell you something. For that one or how many people have done you wrong and have overlooked you and things like that, don't overlook them. Because in your heart, in your soul, it's like do what God would want you to do. Even, it's like, I'm not saying somebody's done you real dirty, no. But just those little things that were supposed to get under your skin, under your fingernail like a wooden splinter, a shard of glass. Do something nice for them. And I guarantee you that, hey, that's a good way to humble a person and make them think and reflect on themselves because it's like, man, the many times I could have helped them out or did this or did that, That one act of kindness will change how they look at themselves. Now let's get into this reading, y'all, okay? Um, right about now, you know what I'm going to do. If you are new here, welcome, welcome, all are welcome. If you are returning, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for just knowing the truth, okay? Um, let's get this. I'm asking God, my divine heavenly protectors, my angels of the white light, my spirit guides, and my ancestors to come through and protect me as I am delivering these messages. Please protect my soul family, my love lights, my collective, as they are receiving these messages. Any negativity will be transmuted into love and light, happiness and abundance, and the will to walk forward with your head held high. I am grateful. I show gratitude even when there is very little. I'm still grateful. Amen, amen, and amen. Y'all, let's get into this. Okay. And as I was saying that, y'all, I was looking out the window and these two little birds. That's what they look like, two little birds. They're so cute. And they're just, one's just on this little twig by itself. Yeah. And it's just a flying. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It just flew off the twig. They're going crazy. So it's like with that one act of kindness that you've done for people or that you will do because you're in that state of zen. You're in that higher attachment, and that makes all the difference, and that shows the character of you versus the character of some of these people that swear that they have a good heart. They swear that they have love for humanity. They swear, but you know what? As I have named this reading, if you are a saint, I would hate to see your sinner. Okay? Let's get into this. Let's see. Yep. We have voodoo in blue. Back off. Let me tell you something. If you are a saint, I would hate to see your sinner. So to me, breaking that down, that's like behind closed doors. And you're not doing a good job outside the door. Okay, I'm just saying. People see you doing good and they get envious and they get jealous, and we all know that. And they try to do little vindictive things, but when those little vindictive things don't work on you and they see that you're pure in your intention, they try to throw little things at you. They try to practice their little magic and whatever or what else. But the thing about it is you're protected because you lead with a logical mind and a logical heart. Your soul is logical and your being is real. Your presence is known when you are around. When you step in an establishment, you step down. Them demons feel you. Because that step might have been light to you. It might have been light to you, but it was heavy to them. Your presence is too much. Okay? It's too much. It's truly known. Alright? Mildew fairy. Cleanup time. What did I say? When you step down, it's too much. And people can feel that. You existing, it kills them. It's killing that demon inside of them. It's like, oh man, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? Okay? Your presence, our presence is making a lot of people very uneasy. To them, it's not logic. To them, they're trying to figure out why they feel this way, and they don't even know you. Honey, I've ran into people that I've never met them. They could have lived on Mars. I've never met them. But they have something against you. That's because you come around and clear the space. Your energy is something. It's a force. And when you push against something, it's going to rebel and try to push back unless it's on the same frequency and wave that you are. Okay? Because if they're on the same frequency, they're going to know, okay, they're not to be played with. They're not to be messed with. Any of that. Don't toy with this person. Okay, I'm going to go on about my business. But some people can't do that. So now it's time for you to touch down and let it be known who you really are. And they see it. You don't have to tell them. Because they're going to come up against you anyway, because they're getting this download from, these dark forces to come against you anyway. Regardless if I've known you for 2 seconds. There's something about you I have to attack. Okay, they don't even know it. They don't even know what's going on. They just be like, well, I gotta do this. I have to do this. We have mend a broken heart. Okay. Let me see. Turn it the other way around here. Healing from heartache. Now, it came out in reverse. So these are unhealed individuals out here. These are unhealed individuals. And if you're healed, if you're so good, why are you covering up that you're hurting? Why aren't you facing the fact that you're hurting? Why can't you look at your reflection? Why can't you look in the mirror? Why can't you face the fact that there's things that you need to deal with, and that's why you're irritated so much? And you're hateful. Why is that? Okay? Why is that? We have Fairy of the Highlands. It's time to be brave. Yeah, walk with your head held high, because as they try to make you feel like you're some type of abomination or some type of blasphemous individual or this and that, it's them they're fighting. It's them they're battling. But yet they want to say, oh, I pray. Oh, I attend church every Sunday. No, honey, you can do that. That's a cover-up. That's a mask. You need to tear yourself up. You need to change your interior of your whole being, of your soul. Because you have dealt with that feeling, that change. You know how it feels to sit alone and think to yourself all the things that, you've asked God for forgiveness. You've sat there and you turned yourself inside out, and how bad it hurt. It hurt so much that your soul screamed, and sometimes you didn't even hear it. But you knew there was what you had to do to make yourself right within yourself. You can say and do what you want to. But if you're not right in your soul, that reach, you're not going to be able to reach or excel anything. What you're going to do is run around and try to captivate people's energies. And by me saying that is, you're going to try to be like this person because you can't find yourself. And that's not good. And when you can't find yourself, God always says, come home. Come home. And it's shame because he has been calling people and they choose to stay in this position of opposition. Okay? Huh. Yeah. That's crazy. Okay? Not I. Honey. When he called me, I said, what? I picked up that phone. Shoot, what you mean? Okay, we got Candy Cane Angel. Time for a treat. People are envious because you are blessed. God's favoring you. He's looking at you, as I say. And when God is looking at you and your life is going beautiful, people are going to try and, when you are around people and you're like, okay, they try to make themselves more than they are because you're powerful, okay? And it's like they know they're in the presence of a powerful individual. But see, this power is not out of greed. This power is not out of temptation. This power is not out of hate. This power is pure divine. And people, ooh, when they feel that, they be intimidated, and they try to make you stop doing things. They try to make you into them. Okay? And when they can't push that evil energy on you, that hateful heart on you, oh, that makes them come even harder. But the thing is, that makes you go even harder with your divinity. Do you understand what I'm saying? Okay? Sewer maiden, your sensuality is beautiful. Yeah, you have a lot of people that envy you. They envy your looks, the way that you move, the way that you are, just you in general. But at the same time, they admire you, but they'll never tell you. Because honey, that if they tell you, that's going to be like them looking in the mirror and taking accountability for who they really are. They're not going to tell you. You have a lot of people that watch you that are like, why? They'll never tell you that you're inspiring them, but then again, they don't want to be inspired. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Okay? They're like, how did you get to this place in your life? Oh, I don't like that. I want to be there. Okay? And that's no way to look at it. Uncertainty in reverse. Choose who you will become. Okay? As I'm saying, choose who you will become. They can't. Because they don't even know themselves, okay? They're scared of themselves. Have you ever heard that saying, you're scared of your own shadow? That's real. Okay? It makes sense. When you sit down and think about it, they'll be like, oh, you scared of your own shadow. They don't want to do the inner work. They don't want to sit down. They don't want to take accountability. Why? Why? But you're asking the universe. You're asking God, why? But you don't want to ask yourself why. Okay? That is the first step to being who you truly, authentically are. Have a talk with God. It might help some of these people. Okay? Because some of these people, they're on life paths that are not theirs. Okay? They're doing things to harvest people's energies. It's not theirs. A lot of these people are losing their mind. Okay? And for us who have lost our mind but yet regained it, we've been through things that some people couldn't even fathom to think about going through. The pain, the guilt. But then again, the light of the accountability that we hold. Okay? You're not scared to look at yourself in the mirror. Alright? I've ran into people in life that cover their mirrors. And there's different reasons to cover your mirrors. Okay? You understand the spiritual aspect of things. It's owning up to being your true authentic self. And I feel like these people, they don't want to heal their heart. They've been through traumatic experience, childhood trauma. There's a lot of things that happen to people that is out of their control. So when they feel like something's out of their control, they feel like they've lost their self. From time to time, they wonder how it would be to reach out and heal that inner child and heal those wounds. We heal each and every day as we learn something new each and every day. But at the same time, some people don't want to learn. Some people don't want to listen. Some people just ignored it. But you can't keep running from yourself. You can't keep putting excuses up and saying, well, this happened to me, that happened to me. Honey, people go through things every day. Your story's bad, but someone you could hear, their story's worse. Just like in this world, we know And when we take accountability, we understand these things. There's always going to be someone better. There's always going to be someone that's more worthy. There's always going to be someone that is just better. But let me tell you something. You're the best. Okay? That's right. God is good. Yeah. Right come out over voodoo and blue. So yeah, these people, they're doing all type of spell work and everything just to make it right for themselves. Do you think that's going to make it right? Now, I'm not sitting here talking about the people that do the money spells and the things like that and, oh, my flowers grow. No, I'm not talking about the beauty of that real spiritual work. I'm talking about the dark arts, the dark, the hidden, the occults, the covens, the dark warlocks, the witches, the dark ones, the hags. Right now, they're hearing Banshee scream. Now, when you hear Banshee scream, that means death is near, it's imminent. For a lot of these people, what they've done, God have mercy on their soul. That's because they weren't thinking, because they were trying to just be better than that pure person, that divine soul that's come into union with their self. That's the last thing they wanted. They out here playing Connect 4 and trying to block you. Okay? Yeah. Looking at you. They're feeling like they're less than. But what did I just say? There's always somebody better, but you're the best. But they're so cut down in their mind by life. They feel like if I can be like this person over here, people will accept me. I'll love myself. But you ultimately don't love yourself when you're doing things like that. Yeah, we have memory in reverse, okay? There's been a lot of people that's been cut out your life, out your energy, blocked. Because it was all evil intentions. If they had lasers in their eyes, you'd have, no, you wouldn't even be living. Because there'd be a bunch of holes in your body, honey. Laser beams, laser tag. Okay? Yeah. These are people that you now realize that you gave the best of yourself to. But in reality, that's not what they were looking for. That was not their goal. Their goal was to bring you down to their level and make you feel like them so they can feel important or better than you, or knowing damn well that they need to do this work. These are people that's been through things and they just can't let it go. But God is good. And once He's working in your life, you let it go, okay? There's a steady war no more. Lay your burdens aside. They're mad. They're just mad. And when they realize that they can't take that out on you, and just as I said, they do something spiteful to you, but you do something good for them. Oh my God, that flares them up like a hemorrhoid. I'm just gonna keep it real. They irritated. Oh my God, I can't believe this. Why can't I get under this person's skin? Why are you trying to? Live and let live. Be and let be. Okay? Heal you. Think about you. Think about what you need to do to go forward to make your life better. So you can live and actually breathe. They're smothering themselves. They're smothering their souls. Yeah, reservation here for, the extravagance of life. The material things. And some of you guys, you be happy for material gains, for financial gains, for, the accolades in your life, but you're not too proud. You understand what I'm saying? Don't be too proud now. But be proud. Being too proud, it draws unwanted attention. And that's exactly what they want. That's what their soul needs to feed. Okay? When people, let me tell you, I'm very old school, y'all. I swear. And people are like, oh, them old ways, you need to let. No, I'm going to tell you, honey, them old ways are the best way. I'm not anointed in that way of I'm going to change because my soul is old. My soul's always been old. I'm an old soul, very old. And I don't look at things how some people look at things. Okay? I don't spite others despite myself. Because honey, when you get into the vibe that they're in, you're spiting yourself. You're dismissing yourself. So what do you mean? So it's like that goes back to holding accountability. Like they did something to you, but you fed into it. And it was all because they was trying to get somewhere before you. Yeah, stress. You got people stressed out. They're like, what? You call them saints. I call them ancestors. Okay? And the thing is, your ancestors are stressing these people out because they should never came for you. They should never try to touch you in that way. And I'm not saying touch you in a physical way. I'm saying touching you in a spiritual way. They should never try to linger in that space because people, not everybody has that attachment with the realms. Okay? Not everybody does. And when they realize that this is what it is, and people are going to see them for who they are, boy, that stresses them out. So all that stress they was trying to make you pull your hair out, these people, I'm telling you now, let me tell y'all something. Now, this is for real, real. I I had a God. I had God's smile. God gave me a nice little smile. Long story short, fast forward to 2025, one of my teeth are chipped. Now this is realness. My tooth is chipped. I said to myself, I accept that because I love myself. It's not about my outer shell that makes me who I am. And I don't feel uncomfortable about it. At first I felt uncomfortable, but then you got to think about it. People do mirror magic, beauty magic, voodoo. They send that towards you to make you unattractive, to make you feel lower self-esteem. But baby, I kept on smiling. Because you know what? That's just me right now. I'm going to have to accept it. I will get it fixed, but that's just me right now. And I'm that type of person. I wanted to adapt to it. Because in a way, that builds character. If you can accept a flaw that you should be ashamed of, man, that's growth. And that's stressing people out because they're like, man, we've tried everything. We want to make their hair fall out. We want to make their teeth fall out. We want to make them look skinny. We want to make them sick. We want to make them have headaches. We want to make them bedridden. We want to take them out. But honey, don't shoot that out because that's exactly what you're going to get back. Now these people are having those demonic sleep paralysis issues. They can't sleep. They're scared to close their eyes. That hag's riding their back. Mm. Yeah, we have care here. Because you know why? They hate how you love. They hate how you continually show up and you care. You genuinely care. They don't like that. Okay? These are people that just want to be, in the mix, just to be in the mix, to make themselves feel better by putting you down. Somebody could also be stressed out here because they've been left. They've been left alone in love. This could be family, friends, things like that. People that you said at one point in your life you thought, oh, they love me. Oh, they're telling me the truth. But in reality, they were lying, stabbing you in your back, smiling in your face. And I call it not smiling, snarling. They were snarling in your face. All the while, they're sitting here plotting behind your back, talking about you. But yet, they want to play this holier than thou person. Like, oh, yes, this, and I, yes, yes. And honey, if you're a saint, I would hate to see a sinner. Okay? Why are you, when I can see right, okay. What did Martin say? I see you. Okay. I mean, for real. Look, saving. I feel like, you're standing on top. You're doing better than you've ever done. Yeah. With mask in reverse at the bottom of the deck and these masks are falling off. People know you know who the hell they are. And that is the thing. Like, how do they know? It's eating them up on the inside, y'all. It's eating them up so bad, honey. Like I say, yum, yum, eat them up. Like that little song. Okay, I like my veggies. Well, vengeance. Okay? Vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. And you know what? One thing about it is, just sit back. Because it's not funny, no. But God knows how I am. He created me. He knows that I can't do it. Sometimes the stuff is funny. Because it's like you knew what you was getting yourself into. And maybe you didn't because you were possessed. And remain possessed. Half of these people are possessed on this earth and they don't even realize it. And they be sitting here wondering, well, why are these people, why are they acting like that? Well, you must not know too much about the way of the world and the sale of the souls, right? Okay. So, it's like these people are trying to attack your money. Ghosts popped out here. These people are getting affected. I'm being easy. I'm being easy. I swear. It's like they want you to lash out. They want some type of response. Because if you give them the type of response that they want the dramatics. They want you to freak out toddler style. Okay? They want you to lash out so they can make police reports and have you messed up, have you incarcerated away from your kids, away from your life, away from your understanding of truly being that you already know about what they're trying to find. These people are scrambling right now, trying to figure it out. Okay? They trying to figure it out. They trying to figure out who the hell you are. And why the hell, yeah. Terms. Now they're like, oh, if I make it right with them, then I can reverse all this stuff that I've done. No, that's not. No, you still got to pay for that. They don't want to pay for that. Some of these people won't even apologize. Some of these people will act like you don't even exist to try to bypass their karma. But that's not going to work. It's inevitable. You got to pass through your door to get in your house, right? What are you going to do? Sit outside for the rest of your life and your house is in there? And open the door. Open the door. These people don't want to open the door, okay? They don't want to. Coffee date in reverse. because you're not dealing with these people. If you give them any kind of energy, you know they're through. And in a way, it's like you're trying to save them, but you can't. Okay? You can't. It's in your heart. You're like, oh, when that karma hit that ass, that's it's gonna heat you up. It's gonna rain on your head. And I'm not saying it's gonna rain water. Mm. So it's like, yeah, if anybody wants to meet up from you from your past or anything like that, don't, because they mad. And they just trying to figure out a way to slip something in your purse or your drink or your food. Hey, okay? Reflection. Because let me tell you something. They're mad. People always try to be you. People always try to take some type of essence of you. Because you're unforgettable. You're undeniable. Huh? The air gets thick around you. Because they can't take it. The air gets thick because of their evil ways. And their demonic agendas. Okay? Yeah. They don't want to look at that. They don't want to look at who they truly are and what they're doing to you and how you continue to motivate yourself divinely. How God is in your life working divinely. You have a divine purpose here. Okay? Yeah. Revenge. These people, it's like they wanted to seek revenge. But it came out in reverse. Somebody's mad because they can't get finances out of you anymore. Okay? Shattered. Yeah. They're scrambling. They're skedaddling. Okay? They're skedaddling. I don't know. All I know is I'm here in Jumanji and I'm seeing a bunch of just wild animals just running around. It's like a zoo, but it's like a zoo when you leave the cages open and they can run around and fraternize with each other. And they're just going crazy because they're trying all this other stuff, but you're still in this loving energy. You still give a damn. These are people that's giving up on humanity and also giving up on their self. Everybody's not the same. You're not going to find good in everybody. And that's one thing that they don't realize, y'all. You're not. But you can feel the good. Family in reverse. Some of y'all, man, let me tell you something. You showed your family so much love. You was open. Your heart was open for them. But what did they do? They try to crush you. They try to turn you into somebody that they're not because they're jealous that you came from the same bloodline, but you were chosen. You can't, hear me again. You came from the same bloodline, but you were chosen. Why is that? Why is that? Why is God looking at them and covering them like that? They did the same things I did. Hold on. But the key word is did. Do you still do? So therefore, you don't do, so what you did is relevant to them. Get out of here. Okay? They're getting doors shut on them. Things are happening to them that just does not make sense. Okay? You have a false twin flame here. Twin flames in reverse. They was just only after a come up. Okay? This person wasn't thinking about nothing but money. You figured that out. Because your intuition was telling you about someone here that you thought was your twin flame. Okay? Somebody that you thought was a mirrored soul. But that mirror is fragmented. It's not them. It's not them. Now I feel like dealing with the pain of that and then dealing with the pain of cutting everybody off and sitting there and facing yourself is one thing that people cannot do. And you're strong in the spirit. if you can do that. You are a strong person. Don't let nobody tell you that you're not strong and try to break you down to your weaknesses. Because that's exactly what people do. They look at you and they're like, yeah, right. They can't change. I remember. Yeah, you remember. But you know what? And I'm going to say this in the best way possible, that person that you used to be is no longer living, if that makes sense. You buried that person because that was not who you are, and that was not who you were meant to be. You were just going through the motions to either make somebody happy, try to blend in, but it's like you come to the conclusion, I don't blend in. I don't match. I don't match this energy. I don't match this environment. I don't match these words. I don't match how I'm acting. So I had to sit down. God sat me down. And you don't want to sit down, God gonna sit you down because you got a greater purpose. Remember, they're mad at you because out of everybody in the bloodline, you were the anointed one. You were the one to come to bring change. Many were called, but they didn't want to because they wanted to stay in that energy of, hateful energy. Some of y'all got some hateful ass family members. Some of y'all really got some hateful ass family members, man. And they continue to watch you and lie. Oh, why don't they come around? Why don't they? God was holding you back. Terrible, y'all. Let's check this out. Yeah. Trying to play the victim. Okay? Trying to make you, with the 9 of Wands here, Sagittarius energy, trying to make you look like, oh, you're the bad one. You're highly protected. That's why they can't come in your energy and they hate it. Okay? They despise that. And they'll never, never tell you that they're sorry. They'll never ever tell you that they admire you, that you rose like the phoenix. We're proud of you. Oh, goodness, that would burn their lips out and sever their tongue. So why not play victim? Okay, when they hurt you, but you got past that, you realize, ooh, there's somebody dark here with this high priestess in reverse. Pisces, Cancer energy here. Okay? Yeah. There's somebody here that's as dark as hell. And they're trying to project these dark things on you because they can't look at themselves. Some of y'all like, wow, I didn't know that about them. Oh, don't put nothing past nobody. They told me all my life. Don't put nothing past nobody. With the 10 of Pentacles in reverse here, yeah. There was never any solidarity. They was always mad at you. They always wanted to take something out on you. They always wanted to say you were the one that was doing this and that, when all actuality, they're sending this to you. Okay? Virgo energy. After a while, I quit calling out signs. So, okay, let's go. The Sun card in reverse. Yeah, misery loves company. But their misery is all for the materialism of the world, when yours is just for the abundance and to walk forward in faith and not by sight. You walk by faith. They don't know how to do that because they don't even want to break it down the first half of what's have to be. Like, it's like you played the game, you got halftime, they blew the whistle. Okay, you're like, okay, I'm on the bench. God got you benched. Okay, you're not understanding why nothing's moving. You're not understanding why, but God had you in that inactivity for a reason. Okay? We have the Knight of Pentacles here. Okay? It was like being reliable. Even though these people do this to you and you know people got something out for you, you still show up and show out. They try to slow you down by all means necessary. But these are the people they gonna get sat down. People gonna people gonna come up missing. I'm just gonna say it, okay? Because the Queen of Cups here, you showed humility for these people, and they still played you and looked at you like, what's wrong with you? Like you got you got bad motives and bad intent for these people, trying to take you off of that throne. But you can't. Let me tell you something. You cannot kill somebody's heart, especially if their intentions are pure. You cannot make someone shut down for loving, because that is in your heart. That is in you. That is instilled within you. That's why out of everybody, God touched you and turned you around and said, look. Like, I always laugh at my daughter about this when she was little. She was very, my baby, she got no soul. I swear she really does. And she told, when she was like 1 or 2, you know, and she had been talking for a minute, she would say, yuck. Not L, but yuck with a Y. And I'd always be like, what am I looking at? She'd be like, yuck. These people don't want to yuck at themselves. But, you know, I'm here's looking at you, kid. Okay? Y'all got blessed kids. I mean, y'all got a blessed life. We have the 3 of Pentacles here. And it's like this twin flame situation has been revoked because they rejected you. Because they were scared of what people would think about you. So this contract is voided. This is somebody that's trying to come back in your energy because why? They're your op. They're a demonic op. And they just want to take your energy. They want to give you these false words like, oh, I love you. Oh, I want to be, the devil wears Prada. Okay? And as the devil wears Prada, I'm just saying, as the devil wears Prada, it looks good, but it's not. So it's like for all the love that you've given to someone here, because I feel like you gave someone a lot of love, y'all, and they just straight up just was like, no. Because your light irritated their demons. And you held somebody in high regard. And it's just the reality of it. People could tell you, oh, this person's meant for you. And, oh, I don't want to hear that BS. Okay, I swear. Let's get on the real. It's supposed to have been a union. But this person got drugged to the dark just like the others. I feel like some of you were like, well, you know what? I cut my family off. And that's supposed to be the deepest attachment of them all. But no, actually, the deepest attachment of them all is your attachment to God. Okay? But you're like, if I can cut them off, I can cut this person off. So now it's just living in the reality of freedom and getting closer. Okay? So you can have your victory. Yeah. Okay? All these people are going through towers because of what they took you through. Alright? It's not like you got on the merry-go-round and it was going slow. No, honey. You know when that merry-go-round start going fast and kids start flying off. I remember when I was little. And we run beside it, and we did it like that. We wanted to make it go fast. Get out and run and then grab the rails and jump on. Honey, I don't know how many kids went flying off. I don't know. But these people wanted you in a whirlwind. They wanted you to be confused. They wanted about who you were because you knew who you were all the time. And they were laughing because they were derailing you and you was flying off the merry-go-round. Yeah, sending attacks to you. Yeah. But see, this is what's so funny with the Five of Cups here. What's so funny about this is that all the magic that they're doing is coming back and these people are depressed. These people are in I want to do something to myself mode because they wanted you to do something to yourself. It's like for some reason that movie Venom, because these are poisonous snakes. They poison themselves trying to poison you. Okay, the reality of it. We have the Wheel of Fortune here because you know what? That's your destiny. That's your fate. That's your new beginning to move on without these people. They were never meant to be there. All they were was a lesson and to teach you who to look out for. Because, baby, if your family will lie to you and treat you like crap, these people in the streets, you got to watch them. But half the time, it's the people in the streets that treat you better than your family. And then they want to be out here talking about how the group of people that you choose to be around. Okay, you might have been in a low vibration, but these people on the street treated you better. They'd feed you before your family did. Let that sink in. And they can't let that sink in. But they always want to drag you. Well, you were talking to this person, or you were dealing with this person, and look at their life, and that's exactly how you're going to end up. No, that's why they're stuck in misery. Okay? Trying to make you feel bad. No investments, no planting seeds with them anymore. No getting into contracts with people anymore. No more working together. No more planting these seeds of doubt inside your soul, your mind, your spirit, your essence, your being. These people can't do it. They can't manipulate you and they're wondering why. Don't play. Do not play. Okay? These people tried to breadcrumb you. There was no equal give and take here. If you needed something, they would take their time as you would jump. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because you had that love in your heart. You had them pure intentions. Yeah. They can't emotionally manipulate you with the temperance here because you're balanced. But let me tell you something about being balanced. As I say all the time, you got that light and dark balance. If you want to kumbaya, we can kumbaya. But if you want to get into it, that dark side's there also. You can't manipulate God's people. We do works of kindness to make it a better place, to let people know that there's love out here in this world, y'all. We do this. And the people that's trying to knock you off, trying to make you feel like you're not worthy, you're worthy. You're more than worthy. Okay? They knew it, but they didn't want you to know it. Okay? How the mobsters say it. Get out of here. New York could be significant. Brooklyn. We got the Nine of Pentacles here upright. But did they break you? But did they break you? No. They didn't because they couldn't. And it makes them so mad because they could not do that to you. They've done this to other people. It wanted you to turn a blind eye to it all the time. You were watching them do this to people. You were watching people break down because of words. Excuse my stomach if you heard that. That was, hey, that was confirmation. Like, But you did it once again. Okay. I hear you. That's my good. That's my good. Okay? From my good. You watch people do this. It's a damn shame. It's a damn shame. That's all I'm hearing. It's a damn shame. Because you got passed on family members that are here protecting you and watching this. And you know the thing that kills me is that they say if such and such knew this, they'd roll over in their grave. You know what? No, they'd rise. They'd ascend to the situation. They're not gonna roll over. That's just the watered down version of it. But if they knew that they was hot on that behind, uh-uh. Nope, you're being protected here, honey, on both sides. Yeah. We have the star card here because you are an important piece of this puzzle in this world. Let me put it up there. You see that star? Yeah, you are very important here. It's like they were trying to bring demise to you because you did make a difference. You were making people sit down and think about their actions. But then again, this dark high priestess in reverse with all this voodoo and all this other work and evil ways, we're trying to make people look at you like you weren't right. But they're the saint. They a saint walking in sinner shoes, y'all. Yeah. With the 9 of cups here. It's like you are everything. You are everything. You're anointed. You're blessed. Your wishes, trying to come against your wishes, your blessings, your fate, your destiny. It's like they wanted it, but they could never hold it. It's way too powerful. It's way too powerful. That's why they wanted it. Okay? But you were blessed here. Some of you guys were breech when you were born. You know, and then, what is it? Sunshine? Yeah. Yeah. Some of you guys, I'm telling you, with the 2 of Pentacles here, it's like they wanted you to be uncertain about your path forward. They wanted you to be uncertain about receiving your blessings. Okay? Receiving your guidance to walk your path. They wanted you to stop doing what you were doing just to sit down to listen to their ruin. And I'm just keeping it real. God is good. Amen. Hallelujah. This is crazy. They wanted you to act like you were just how you say, rough waters. Yeah. But with the 2 of Wands here, no. You didn't give up. You kept going forward with your investments, with the things that you were doing in life, what you were called to, what you were anointed for. Do you understand how powerful you are? And do you understand who you are? And yes, you do. So with that being said, you got to cut these. No. Judgment's been called here. No. You're not going to do this. There's no way. Looking at them like they crazy. The emperor here, taking your rightful place, owning up to life and what it is, and the reality of it. And the reality of it scares some people, y'all. That's why they do this. It scares them to be who you are. They're not going to take that away from you. You control your life. You weren't out here trying to control everybody else's outcome. You're trying to control yours. Because God told you to. Oh, but they wanted to laugh. They think it's funny. Oh, it's funny you communicate with spirits. Oh, that's funny that you do this and you're not real. Well, I see a different story here. Okay? I see a different story. You are worthy. Oh, and once again the 9 of Pentacles come out. You are worthy. Come on now. It came out upright in the last tarot card here. Do you see this? I'm going to show y'all. They both upright. That's why I needed to use the same deck. They both upright. Don't play. Don't play. Don't play. That's why you out here blessed. That's why you are protected. Okay? Everything around you is protected. Once you walk away, woo, drop the dreary darkness. Drop it. We got the Eight of Cups here. Yeah, walk away, walk away. You gotta walk away. Walk away. Off into the distance where you cannot grasp the reality of it. These people are scared. They're scared of you. They're scared to say your name. They're scared to talk about you because, honey, your pure essence is in rooms that they run their mouth. The Three of Swords in reverse. They could cause you this pain, this heartache, this suffering. But they tried so hard to make you suffer, to break you, to turn into the freaking spiritual, how do you say, assassin? They've sent them in. That's not working. Alright? No. Look it. I put myself in a mental prison because I was coming after someone for their destiny, for their energy, for their blessings. Why? Are you even going to ask yourself that? Why are these things happening to me? Well, if you don't believe in anything, they best believe in it now, okay? You trying to call on God, and he said, well, I told you a long time ago. The Ace of Wands in reverse. I told you a long time ago. They put their destinies, their future, their new beginnings, their opportunities, everything that's supposed to be positive coming into them, they put that in reverse. They were so busy trying to figure out what you were doing and how you were doing it and how to stop you and why can't I stop them and how and who. And that's how I'm feeling, how I'm breathing. It's just coming out. I'm getting that energy. They're messed up. They're scared. They're scared because you're moving forward. You don't need them in your life. The Fool card here. You're moving forward. You're taking that leap of faith. You're going into the unknown. They can't do that. They're scared to let go. They're scared to let go. They can't let go. But you let go and ascended. Look at here, the Empress. You let go because you knew who you were. You know who you are. You've always been that. But like I said, you were always trying to make everybody else happy. Look at this. Empress and the Nine of Pentacles. Baby, you were meant to live this soft life. You were meant to be in this mode. With the Hangman here, while they're sitting over here trying to make some sense out of why isn't anything moving forward for me. They was trying to stick you here with your finances. They wanted you to walk away from anything that you were doing, okay, to make an impact in a positive way. Now, if you were doing something to make an impact in a negative way, oh, baby, they'd have been all for it. They'd have been all for it. Let me pull. Okay, I got two cards here. Yeah, we got the Six of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, yeah. You're not dealing with this. There's no reciprocation. Yep. And look, with the Four of Pentacles in reverse, they're not holding you back from nothing. Let me get some... Dang it, let me get some Oracle here. Let me get some Oracle and then we're going to get out of here. Okay? I love y'all. Thank you if you hear this far with this message. All right? I hope this is helping you out. Having you, really see things. And you do. Can't sit there and say they don't. It isn't even up. Yeah, memories in reverse. It's like your hard drive's been rewired. Let me get it up here. I know it's dark, y'all, but sometimes I just like natural light. And it's cloudy where I'm at, okay? But God is still good. Yeah. Your hard drive has been wiped. These people, they can't come back in. They're just a memory. If you do remember half of these people. I'm just saying, because I'm telling you from my viewpoint, y'all, and I'm being honest about it. When you step into that purpose, sometimes you don't even remember these fools. Okay? We have surprise. Sneak attacks. They was trying to sneak attack you, right? Ooh. The element of surprise. Muse in reverse. Nobody wants to work with these people. They don't inspire anybody. They inspire people to be evil. That's what they do. Mm, mm, mm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I feel like they were telling people things about you that weren't even true, trying to make people go in the other direction. Yeah, fired up. They're mad. They're mad because they can't stop anything for you. They can't do it. You're out here, honey. You're the major player. You're off the bench. Okay, you've been drafted. What do you mean? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I don't know what evilness. Escape. Yeah, you had to get away from these people to truly stand in your purpose and be who you are. You had to get away from these people. Mm-mm. And there's no going back. Sometimes I know you feel like, at the beginning of it, you feel like going back and putting things the way they were because you're uncomfortable. But you're going to have to deal with that. You're going to have to deal with that. And you got to show yourself tough love. That's the only way you're going to make it forward. Tether. That's in reverse. Anybody that felt that they had some type of connection with you, if this false twin flame here, no, that's severed, that's cut, that's dismantled. Okay, they're going through it. Okay, their heart and soul is devoured in evil. Yeah, drama. Look, they're going through it. Let me show you drama. Look, drama. They going through it. Well, y'all, that was your reading. I love y'all. I hope you got some type of inspiration out of this reading, because right now you are in a place to where you do not need any negativity. And as I said, these people walk around all saintly, but they're sinners. They're blasphemy. Okay? Y'all keep God first. I love y'all. All right? All the time, all the time. God is good. Yes. All right? And I will see y'all later. Okay? Have a beautiful day. All right? And just keep in mind to just keep going forward. It is 8:58, okay, on the clock where I'm at. And I'll see you guys later. All right. Bye-bye.